we are preparing to set sail according to Vinshenzo Cairona. Last we left off, Paelias.
What? Why am I deciding where we're going?
Because you the fucking one who said it out loud when I said, hey, pop quiz, and you're like, well, this is what we're doing, so it's according to you. Paelias says that he is planning with Carlos to deal with this whole aquatic farm nonsense that's supposedly being raided. Vinshenzo says he's plotting.
I'm scheming.
You're scheming and plotting, so I assume Vazrai is also on board, just kind of hanging out.
I am.
Being a kobold.
Yeah, look, I get to enjoy being a kobold.
I have the words in quotes here are "must keep prying eyes off our ship." It could only be quoting one person in specific, so that's a good.
I mean, considering we're trying to lay low, especially after what just happened recently, that makes sense.
I just want to bring the ship far enough out so that we're in international waters and we can gamble.
Well, there you go. That's something I can deal with.
Wait,
That's
but
something I can get behind.
Does that permit them to open fire on us when we get out to international water?
No.
I mean, you're in sovereign territory. I think they already had their own permission to shoot you if they wanted to.
But the Sphinx, we have protection.
The Fed said we'd be okay.
Was lied to. But yes, I am currently on deck, helping around where I can and keeping an eye out on things.
Forgot to fix my character sheet again.
Thank you for the recap a bit there, by the way.
You're welcome.
It's been
a little while. I kind of forgot a little bit too, but now I remembered, so it's okay.
I remember everything.
Everything. What's 2 + 2? See? You forgot.
It's not C. It's 4.
Dang. He's sharp. What do you want? You're not having my potatoes. Go away.
What are you,
buddy? Oh, he wants my mashed potatoes. He can't have it.
The Jehoini.
Jehoini Thunder. Tehunair. Sundar. Oh, that's something different. Okay. So. Sold.
You would know, bitch.
Oh.
Wreck.
How much money was in the wagon? Oh, that's a good question. The cart had... Do you just want the total?
Silver.
Do you want the total? Or...
Just give me the total in gold, silver, and so on.
Deadly, let me just pull out the old calculator real quick.
Even if we don't get the true amount, like...
7,000.
Who is tasked to counting all this money?
Plus...
Carlos, of course.
Carlos
That would make sense.
has already done so.
Oh yeah, didn't it take like half an hour even though it's a wagon literally full of coins?
41,000.
These guys are on top of things, holy shit.
Well, I'm sure he had help from all the idle losers that were just sitting around. You have 72,000 gold. Sorry, would you like me to write that in the chat there?
No, I'm typing it in a note as we go.
Perfect. 20,000 plus 17,000 plus 35,000. Wow. Coincidentally, you also have 72,000 silver pieces. And 10,000 copper pieces. Everybody likes pennies.
God damn.
I feel like this is vastly more than what we were originally told.
That's a fucking shitload of coin.
I had chests of coin in the cart.
Hell yeah.
Also, if you think about it, divided in like slightly. 4 or 5, the numbers sort of drop.
Too bad there's no platinum coins for Vazrai to eat.
No picky.
I want to chew on it.
It's made of the Lord's scales.
Paelias is like, look, I have expensive habits. We're only splitting this 2 ways.
I got it. I got expensive tastes. Vinshenzo's already a king. Bazrai doesn't count as people. Done. There's the math split in 2.
Hell yeah.
Look, this was a 2-man job, and I got expenses.
Expensive.
Being a wizard is expensive.
Okay.
Get
All
in.
right. Well, I'm gonna open the floor to you lads, seeing as you're all on board the ship. Nephis is able to pull the ship out into international waters for gambling. That is very easy for him to do. That's about all I got for the moment. We're sort of waiting on your fancy footwork for the time being.
And who was in the discussion with the angel person, Sphinx, whatever?
The angel person, Sphinx, or whatever, I believe was with Vinshenzo and Vazrai.
That is correct.
And he wanted us to basically do what Carlos wanted to do.
Basically, Vinshenzo convinced him of that.
He was asking for help from the CIA to help stop a terrorist plot, or however you want to, whatever analogy you want to make of yourselves.
Basically, the point was that if something was going to be happening, which we had evidence, if people started showing signs of investigations, they may call it off, and we'd never know if it was actually true or not.
The feds get involved, they'll know something's up.
So it was best to keep a low profile and expose these people.
Outstanding.
That's
Was this plan shared with the rest of the group?
Yes.
I think it was, yeah.
Carlos would be sure to point out this is exactly what he suggested they do in the first place.
That's what. No. Carlos. That's my idea.
Oh, no.
You just agreed with me, Carlos.
You know what they say, great minds.
You know what they say about fools rarely differing, though.
Belong to elves. Yes, I know.
You have an odd
Can't help
culture.
but agree with you there.
Yes, Carlos, thank you for reminding me that I am the superior race.
Shall we set off?
I am for this, yes.
I have no objection.
Where to,
So we're...
Captain
Yeah.
Nephis?
Captain Nephis, what details are you giving to Nephis for him to understand where he...
We want to hold nearby the city.
Okay, would you like to hold nearby the city near where this farm is supposed to be, or would you like to be somewhere else?
Sure.
I think we got a
Okay.
little bit of time before that thing happens, so...
I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm
'Cause I
just
think it
gonna
was 2
give
days,
the work in progress version of the big ass Ravnica city map that I've been working on, because it'll make it a little bit easier for navigation and just life in general. Export image. Because it's gonna get a little bit silly. So, which to play with? Standby. I don't know what this one is. Best not to play around with things that I don't fully understand.
Hell yeah.
Import. It's all my maps and shit, but I don't even know what the hell's going on. Oops.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're just playing the Mechanicus here in the background. Don't worry about me. New Ravnica. Import. Welcome
Whoa.
to New Ravnica Beta 1.8.2.
Whoa.
So, as you can see, the city is big.
Holy shit.
That there is this,
Oh
where you
my
guys have been
God.
docked. This here, I'll give you a little tour. So in the center right here, this is the where the Senate is. That is the Senate. It's got
Like when we
three.
were summoned.
There's three big ass towers. One is like the justice branch, one is the bureaucratic branch, and the other one is like the administrative or Senate itself, however the Azores is set up. This little big castle right here, little big, is the home / like the fortress of the Boros Legion. That is their HQ. This lovely cathedral right here is the Cathedral of Bahamut.
Yay.
And this is your big ass elevator that goes down into the Undercity.
Where was the one for Tiamat?
It's not on this map, but it would be like somewhere down here.
Okay.
Why are
There's
these
some
like,
dudes there. I don't know.
Why
Get
are
these guys
like,
outta here.
The Deadlands? Are these just ruins?
No,
Like they're
this
not
is
filled in yet.
work in progress
Oh,
city.
okay.
There is going to be, so I'll just let me fill through the rest of it. So this section up here, that's where the bank dudes are.
Shit. We don't
And
like
then you
that.
have the Selesnya Conclave occupies this little region, which is going to be like the main conclave is up here on this plateau, and then down here is going to be like farms and stuff like that. So that's the green belt, I guess you would call the city. And then around the rest of the city is going to be different districts. So there'll be like an industrial area. There'll be the place where the Izzet League was, where Paelias fucked around with Mr. Teleporting Science Lab guy. This here is another industrial factory sector, and then there's just going to be 8 billion houses all over the place. There is a rubble belt, and it is going to be up in the north, up around here, sort of at the outskirts of the city, and then it'll be like the chunks of buildings that didn't quite make it. You can see down below in the waters around the city. That's all like the ruins and stuff that are popping out. The tips and tops of the roofs of the ruins that are popping out of the ocean, and then these little circular structures. These are the Selesnya aqua farms.
Such a vast city.
Yes, it's a big place. It's a country in and of itself, all in a city.
And where was
my
that attack
God.
happening?
The attack was happening at the Vernadi of Oceanic Tranquility, which is this one right here.
Okay.
That is the.
Oh, it's offshore.
It is anticipated.
Naval
Yeah, it's
battle incoming?
Well, it's like an offshore oil rig, except instead of oil, it's fish and seaweed.
I thought it was gonna be here. Oh,
Sorry, where? Oh, the little one. Oh yeah, that would have been
the
fun
only
too. But
place
then,
I knew that belonged to them.
yeah, that makes sense. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to show this map, because it provides a. Oh right, I was going to use this the whole time.
Used it the
I've been
whole
working on this
time.
sparingly, but it's a very big map. And all of the houses and stuff are at like 17%, 18% size. He's pretty big. I just have to... Oh, this is when Devin would have been really useful. Let me... move up. Oh. Fuck Devin, I don't need him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Correct.
Correct. Da 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 da. Look, I'm a big boy. I can do it too. Scale. 20. 20.
21.
21. And then we'll make it so that north is up, because we all like it when north is up.
Agreed.
And immediately screw with the orientation because I suck. Oh, there we go. That's not so bad. Okay. Well, here is New Ravnica. Welcome. City 17.
Hell yeah.
I've chosen or have been chosen.
Okay, so there's your map reference. Up is north. North is up. There will be a compass rose added in the next iteration of the map, which I will be continuing to work on forever.
Where is up?
The vertical direction that you have to move your eyes when you're looking towards the top of your screen.
Yes.
Okay, bitch, but I can rotate my camera 360 degrees. I'm asking which way is north.
Hell yeah.
Do you see the legend on the map? I'm talking about the New Ravnica big WIP city map, just so that we're both looking at the same one. Where the little legend box
this
is.
one? Okay.
Yeah. That's what I meant by up. Sorry. I realize now that there was a disconnect between what you were looking at and what I was looking at.
I was still over here.
This is probably north, right?
So...
Oh, shit.
That is... Oh, bounced around a little. So, keeping with this.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it needs to be rotated then.
No, it's
No.
proper.
It's not.
Reference this clip
Look at
right
this.
here.
Look at this fucking map over here, right? See how this one's top left and bottom right? So, and that's up and down is north. So these needs to be rotated, motherfucker.
See,
top right
see
and bottom
here
left.
this. See here
those
this.
three things
Wow.
that are also
Oh wait,
there on the
he
big map?
rotated the compass. What a bitch!
What?
Okay, reference this big ass cliff right here where the compass is currently hovering
He
over.
rotated the compass. Never mind.
Okay, understood.
Why he do that?
Yeah,
Why'd he
take
do
this.
that?
Oh my god.
Oh,
One of these.
violence at the table. What? Who rotated the compass?
You did.
Oh. Anywho, so pick a place on this ginormous map that you would like to go on the boat, mister.
No, we probably shouldn't go there in the boat. That would draw attention.
I think it would draw attention too.
How else are we gonna get there?
We could either fly or go by rowboat.
I think both of those would also draw attention.
How do we fly, genius?
Magic.
I can fly, and then Paelias has got magic.
Can he fly 5 people?
He should
Or
be able
4
to.
people?
And he doesn't need to get me either.
I only need to get 3 people, and
people?
yeah, myself and the 2 of you.
And then I can fly on my own, so that would cover
Doesn't it
all of
only
those.
last like 10 minutes though?
It's like an hour last I checked, right?
No, it's 10 minutes, but I mean that's still like
It's plenty of time.
it's still 60-foot fly speed. If you're dashing, that's you can haul that. And you're a lot smaller than a fucking boat.
I, for one, am happy with the flying idea.
The only question is how long or how far off shore is it? Because if it's like several fucking miles, then no.
It's like a mile offshore.
That's
Is it?
Scale is questionable given the size at which this is all happening. I mean, as you can see, we got a lot of different things to work with in terms of measurement. There's a lot of really good questions, and I don't think it's too far away from shore, given how close it is to the wall. But also, given the scale of things, I don't think a mile would look very far, given how monumentally huge all this stuff is.
It's
yeah,
honestly
you can
not that far at
easily
all.
see a ship 1 mile away.
Yeah, that's not too hard at all. We should be able to fly that distance, no problem.
We are talking about like an island city that is the size of a small nation.
Damn.
We're going by combat speed calculation. We can go like 2.5 miles if we're using the special travel rules. Then I think it's only like 1 mile
Guys in tights.
per cast. That is.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, that one.
But yes, that's my suggestion.
Good suggestion. Well, all of you really smart individuals. The boat is here next to the dock on the big Ravnica map. and you can move the boat. Nephis will sail you to wherever side of this island you wish, or farther out.
When is the attack taking place?
I think it's tomorrow, right?
Attack is supposed to take place at...
Rabbit is still days, if not weeks away. Sure.
I'll check that. I'll check on Rabbit in a second. Just double check the information that I got here. I believe it was supposed to be like in a day or two.
Shit.
You guys have used a day, essentially. So it's like you got another day before the attack is supposed to happen, but you're not 100% sure when. You just know that it's supposed to happen. In terms of when, as in like what time of day, like it seems as though this has been a general order sent down to somebody to be like, hey, you're gonna go attack that. Like you go plan and execute an attack. It's that kind of a general order. So it hasn't the orders and the information that you received were not like a battle plan down to the minute detail. It was this group is going to do this thing and in conjunction with something else. And so that group is responsible for organizing and executing that thing.
Fun.
Yeah, there's only so much we know.
But you do have time, and not a whole lot of time, but you do have time. You don't know.
It should be evening. Didn't the mail say that? The letter say that?
I don't think it did, but if that information is something that I gave out,
for some reason I remember
strongly,
it being a broad daylight attack.
I mean, it might have been. I thought it was at night. But
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but that's the memory I have.
All I
don't know
remember
if
is
it's
it was supposed to
real.
be a coordinated attack.
Is that it wasn't very specific.
These documents contain orders and instructions detailing an operation to cripple the Selesnya aquatic farms using Golgari and Gruul soldiers to conduct the attacks. Plans mentioned a synchronized time of attack, but do not elaborate on what else might be taking place. So this is a joint operation between the Gruul and the Golgari.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not write down any specific time of day in my notes here, but I wrote down enough information from that.
You may be able to specify further if it does say in the mail.
I'm going to say it does not specify a specific time of day because the intention of the letter was to essentially like order them to prepare the attack. So the people who would be planning the attack would be making that up themselves.
We won't know despite it being synchronous.
It does not specify the synchronized time. It just says that it will be synchronized with something else. As in like
okay.
For the most appropriate modern like analogy, like on red flare in the sky, you will conduct your attack. Like on indication, you will conduct your attack.
All right.
Does that answer questions, or does that leave more mysteries?
I think that answered it a little bit better. There's only so much that we could necessarily investigate just because they're trying to be covert about it, and we're also trying to do the same.
Indeed.
So, worst case scenario, I mean, unless somebody else has got a better idea, we could probably get some new disguises and head over there.
Oh yeah, Paelias dicked off to Sanctuary. I think we actually had an IC post about this.
He did, last I checked, and that was to deliver something personally.
On December 24th. This seems about right.
And then I think he was planning on coming back.
Oh,
he came back 5 hours later. Let me read that.
I didn't respond to the IC because of Christmas, and then I forgot about it.
I forgot about it. I didn't even remember that I wrote IC. Let me read my homework real quick. So Vinshenzo and Vazrai, they're standing before the mighty Sphinx, leader of the Senate, blah, 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 blah. He outlines his concern around having Senate troops thwart the planned sabotage action and causing even more political chaos among the guilds or tipping off the enemy who could then change your plans. He points out that if the enemy is synchronizing their plans, then other attacks or operations may be happening concurrently that may divert the attention of an Azorius and Boros response. On the HMS Fortune, Carlos watches as Paelias vanishes into thin air alongside Thomas Price, his family, and the two elf twins, so you guys don't have to worry about receiving collateral damage anymore. Civilian casualties are no longer an opportunity on the HMS Fortune. He's left with an empty wagon, occupying the majority of one of the cargo holds. A grumbling team of deckhands are clearing away broken barrels that have been crushed under the wagon's frame. Within the cart are 3 chests of coin and 2 crates of white powder, divided into portions within cloth satchels. Paelias, you appear at the Quartermaster's Lodge with your charges. The island is warm and humid compared to New Ravnica. Queen Amathray is resting at home with Vinshenzo's infant daughter, sitting in the garden with an oversized wicker hat. Her air of authority is domineering. She accepts your presentation of the charges and allows them to stay at the at Sanctuary Island.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember what else it was that you were supposed to be doing there, because it just says he goes and comes back.
Yeah, I delivered the people and gave her a report on what has happened so far.
She gives you a big old parade ground salute and accepts your report. Tells you to take care of her husband or else.
Yep, that
standard Amathray response.
Sounds about right.
So now we're actually all caught up, including the DM.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to continue using this because this is a little bit better annotated. Okay, so I'm going to say that it doesn't appear as though the enemy has described what the synchronization is, or what the go word or whatever they're coordinating around. It has not been stated in the letters. But you do know that it is Golgari and Gruul troops. And you know the Sphinx. The Sphinx is very concerned. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at least got some information on that, so he knows who would be responsible for this.
And he says that he will also do some digging on his end. He'll do as much as he can to gather up information, because his people are a little bit more acquainted with a home field advantage than you guys are. So he's like, yeah, we'll see what we can find, and we'll pass on any information that we can divulge to you.
So it's very possible during this defense, whatever we're planning, that we could have some backup.
And it's also very possible that before you even get to the battle, you might get some more intel dropped to you by the Azorius.
Yep.
Because
typically state that there would be Azorius people watching to basically document anything that happened.
Yes, because they have more flexibility in that sense, because they are law enforcement, so they can more plainly blend in. And as law enforcement, that's pretty good witness right there. That's pretty credible in a court of law when an agent of the law sees what happened. But at the same time, the law is watching.
Lady Pinefall.
Hmm?
Do you have the knife?
She reveals the dagger of Tiamat.
Give it here.
She hands it to you.
I tuck it in my suit jacket pocket.
My lord.
I know you don't intend on using it, and it may be a good asset to bring to the table. Tool of God.
Whatever it is that you're planning, I'd rather not know if I can help it.
I just told
Accidentally kills an elf, plants the knife. He had a knife! For self-defense!
It's self-defense!
Plants it on one of the attackers. Look, Tiamat is part of this.
See? They're directly involved.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Honestly, that's actually what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Do it right in front of the cop, too. Just toss it at his feet while the fucking police officer's standing there. Look, see? He had it the whole time. Okay. Just write it in your report. Don't ask questions.
Give the cop a big ol' exaggerated wink.
Toss a few gold coins, too. You better pick those up. They're evidence. Oh man, I'm sure Ravnica's finest police officers would never accept a bribe. That would never happen in a place like this.
No, never.
Okay, so we are floating our boating all the way to the.
Holy shit.
I'm assuming the Fortune is making way for like the southern-ish, not too close but not too far from the area because I've been in and out, not hearing anything else.
I don't know. I left it up to Captain Nephis, and I don't need to fucking.
Captain Nephis
I
wasn't
have
given any
spells,
general
bitch.
input, so he's
Yes,
putting it
he
over
was.
here. What was the input? Get me out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
I
he's just gonna
assume
start sailing.
that the guy who's been in our party this whole time is on the same page as everyone else in the party.
He's gonna put you guys off the coast, but far enough away that you're safe.
Okay.
The
I
HMS,
leave it up to the captain of the ship.
the
Unless
USS
anybody else wants
Enterprise.
to fucking interject.
No, I won't interject. He's got a hand on things here.
He's the captain. Who am I to interject?
All right,
Exactly.
well, Captain has put the boat here. He's anchoring you guys to a little tower or some shit like that.
Hell yeah. I loot the tower. No, just kidding.
Damn it, they got there first. Somebody else looted it already. Bollocks.
That would be funny. Should we do that?
I guess.
Loot the tower.
That would
I
be
go through the
stealing.
tower casting detect magic.
Is it like a raid? Like, are they like stealing stuff, or are they like just murdering people?
I think they're here to just murder
As
people.
far as you understand, it is
I think
it
it's
is a
just-
sabotage. So they are raiding and destroying, like
The
they're
crop.
destroying its ability to operate.
Yeah, I think they were planning to cause property damage, murder, and a couple of other things.
So we can't do the old bamboozle.
They're trying to cripple the aquatic farms. So
Yeah.
maybe it could be outright destruction. Maybe it could just be them going in and killing the staff because they're stupid. Maybe it's going to be like setting fire to all the fish because again they're stupid.
Okay.
Maybe they're actually going to stab the fish. Who knows?
Setting fire to the fish.
How do you drown a fish?
You
Anyways,
make
there
it
you go.
only able to breathe normally.
Give it feet and throw it on land.
I guess Carlos will be making people new disguises or something.
I do not need a disguise.
Okay. Except Vinshenzo.
Okay. Well, you have a few hours to do that,
Okay.
as it will. Nephis has to sail the ship a little bit more slowly and delicately to navigate the ruins that are poking up out of the water. He doesn't want to accidentally hull the ship on somebody's roof.
I would like to, while we're traveling, I would like to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
All right. Let me resolve the disguise rolls, just because that's a little bit quicker, and then we'll move on to you.
Sure.
As Carlos is rolling, can you just give me an idea of what you're detecting so that I can mentally fortitude myself?
I would walk among all the decks of the ship with my detect magic active.
What kind of roll is it again?
Stand by, Carlos.
I think it was supposed to be for deception.
It would be deception.
Okay, who's first? Who am I doing first? Okay. Vazrai gets an amazing disguise 28.
Ooh.
Carlos.
Splendid.
Disguise 28.
Who's next?
Vaz.
Oh, and it's not even as a ritual. I can just cast it at will. Hell yeah. Drow or superior.
Paelias gets 19.
So you're really good at this.
Really good at kobolds, apparently. Who
Almost
has
like
that?
you're more familiar with their anatomy.
Yeah, and then Carlos gets 24. And then Vinshenzo did not want one, unless he wants me to make him one just in case anyway.
I don't want one.
Okay. Carlos won't
He's
waste
too
his time.
fabulous to be disguised.
Carlos can barely recognize Vazrai after he puts the disguise on. I didn't know it was you already.
She has a smirk.
This is just like Rick and Morty.
A very good job.
Morty! Morty! You gotta stick it up your butt, Morty! Okay,
Oh no.
you detect magic, Vinshenzo, throughout the ship, looking around for anything that's not supposed to be there, and you are able to detect all the things that are supposed to be there, and nothing else. Now would be a good time for me to probably ask those of you in the group, excluding Vazrai because she's going pee, are you hiding anything magical that you might have picked up in your travels and never told Vinshenzo about? In your
I mean, I would
footlockers
have
or
lots of magical stuff on me.
The puzzle box.
Oh yeah, the puzzle box.
That's how I knew it.
Well,
The drift
puzzle.
globe,
I don't think so.
bags of holding, the spice pouch.
Anything that the party has like on them normally or in their things normally, I don't need to hear about.
Okay, well, you detect all of those things that the other party members have, and then you detect all of the things that are supposed to be on the ship that are magically detectable, but you don't detect anything out of the ordinary.
I have a question.
I have an
and
answer.
then I will shut up. What is the distance from here to here?
Could you, from there to there, we're gonna put that at a mile. Wait,
Oh.
how long is a mile? I feel like it's more like half a mile.
Yeah.
1.6 kilometers, so 0.5 miles, 800 meters. Yeah, it's half a mile. So if you were to imagine the city as looking like a little bit of like a mushroom cap,
Then if
the
we're going,
water has washed away at the underside a little bit, so like this is not just shoreline right to the water, there's a little bit underneath. So
I'm talking about
from
the very top distance to over top here.
800.
Then if we're gonna do the flying thing, we should do it from here.
Yeah.
That would
It's
be the
entirely
least
reasonable.
detectable. It wouldn't be like, oh, there's a ship over there, and there's people flying at us from it.
I mean, that was my plan. If the distance matched.
Hell yeah. If we want to do the flying thing, I think we should do it from there. Vinshenzo will say.
Cool.
Cool.
Carlos gives a big thumbs up.
We be flying then?
Seems that way.
Hold on. I might have
Hold
another
on a
idea.
second.
I told the DM that I've been scheming.
You have been scheming. Oh yeah, it was asked a million years ago, but it was never answered on Rabbit. So while you're scheming, I'm just gonna double check what I have written down for that.
Could a killer whale fit the party in its mouth?
Never a dull moment.
Stand by.
Actually, I think a giant shark and a killer whale are technically the same size.
Huge beast. Weird that it's only huge.
I know, right?
It's only the same size as giant.
Yeah, a giant shark is also huge.
You could fit one medium-sized creature in your mouth without killing them.
Damn.
Hold on, I'll shrink us.
I mean that. I did say one medium-sized. If you were smaller than medium-sized, you could definitely fit more.
Ain't Carlos and Vazare small?
Yes.
And I am medium, and I can make
They're
them
approximately
tiny
small.
and myself small. Wait,
Hilarious.
no, I think I can only affect one person. I don't think I can multi-target and
Turn me into a fairy.
I
What about-
turn Vazrai tiny and I put her in my suit jacket pocket.
Oh no!
Suit jacket.
You'll never escape, Vazare. What about 3 tinies?
Yeah, you could fit
Or
3 tinies.
Sorry, 3 smalls. Sorry.
You could fit. Yeah, the shrinking plan would work. I'll say a go to the shrinking plan. I think that would make sense and it would work.
I will divulge my idea. I know that it is a bit unsavory, but the folk that we are dealing with are equally such.
What are you suggesting?
No,
I just told you.
Oh,
can you get there in a minute? Because that's about as long as I can shrink myself for.
Oh. Shit. No. Probably not. Oh, hell yeah, rabbit's coming.
Alternatively, you could just take the 2 of them, and I'll fly there.
Perhaps it would be best if we all went together, though. Oh, wait. Wasn't I able to carry everybody as a Quetzalcoatlus?
Yes.
Oh, but that's flying. Never mind.
Yes.
Shit.
And it is a huge, or is it large? Bird?
I don't know.
It's a bird, man.
It's a dinosaur. Bird.
I don't know, it's not very interesting. It's more like a dino boar. It was boring.
damn.
Whoa.
And after all it did in the abyss.
Then we must fly.
I am ready to fly.
Oh yeah, her first opportunity to use her wings, legit.
Legit.
I hope you guys don't get stopped by the Sky Cops.
The Sky Cops.
I mean,
You
it is a
realize how
thing.
fast we were going?
Look, I'm not going to argue with you. You know exactly what the situation is involving the aerial.
Oh yeah.
The aerial components of Ravnica.
What level
They do have an air force.
spell would you have to burn to
The
upcast
Sky Police.
fly
Jesus.
to get 3 people?
5th.
Shit.
Oh,
How many 5th level spell slots you got?
2.
oh. Again,
What if you had to fly 1 less person? Because I can fly myself.
I mean, it starts at 3rd and then goes up 1 per person.
Desiree can fly herself as well, eh? So realistically, Carlos is the only one that's grounded.
Yeah, like I was already counting Master Eye as flying on her own.
Could I not just have Vinshenzo fly, like, transform into a medium creature and fly me?
So it would take a 4th level spell to...
Yeah, 4th level slot to fly me and
so
Carlos.
I will polymorph myself then, because that'll be 4th level for me too.
Like I don't
Heck
mind
yeah.
using a 5th level like that.
Actually, I do have a question.
I have an answer.
DM, when my wings were given to me,
Yeah.
was the one that I had previously, the cloak, consumed with that?
No.
The
No, no,
gnome
no.
copter.
No.
Probably not a great idea, but I could give Carlos my cloak.
Why would that be a bad idea?
I
You
didn't know
don't
if it was
trust
consumed or not.
Carlos?
Well, I don't know if he really has all that much flight time. I don't know.
It has not been consumed. You still have the beautiful silvery cloak. Or the beautiful platinum, whatever it is. The dragon scale cloak. It
does
still
it
Isn't it
exists.
like white
again?
and blue?
It's okay. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
Flies into a mountain.
You just have to do this.
It's a dragon wing cloak of
You're
Bahamut.
just waving your arms.
Exactly.
Does she have a really determined look on her face too? Like a really serious
Yes.
With
expression
the-
when she's just flapping her
With
arms
the
wildly?
disguise, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'm using the fake wings.
See, you're in natural. Here you go.
Outstanding. Carlos can fly now.
It's not that they're fake wings. They're real wings. They work.
Okay,
They're
so
just
Paelias
not
can fly me
natural.
then.
I can fly the superior race.
Hell yeah.
Which one is this one? Okay. So you want to...
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Vinshenzo wants to get there as soon as possible because he doesn't know when the attack is
Okay, so
going
you-
to kick off, and he promised that nobody would get hurt.
Do you want to fly from the ship to the aqua farm, or do you want to fly from the ship to the wall to the aqua farm?
We could probably go back to Ravnica, go to the wall, and then fly.
But then we risk the authorities
All right, yeah.
finding the wagon.
Vinshenzo wants to keep prying eyes off the ship, he said once upon a time.
The
And
wagon
if it's
wasn't
just drop
reported
us off
stolen.
and then unhook.
Nephis can absolutely sail up to the thing, drop you guys off there, and then like basically go into a holding pattern off in like a nearby area if you guys need him again.
Yeah.
And he's also more than willing to use the HMS Fortune to support you guys in whatever you're doing, because it is a ship with cannons or whatever he has.
Yeah.
Like, it is an armed warship, and it's got a complement of soldiers. Like, they are willing to help. So you can consider them a resource at your disposal if that's something you want to factor into your planning.
I will keep Nephis appraised of the situation.
Nephis considers himself to be a man who is appraised. Some also would consider him to be a man who is praised.
Act as if that we never left port, and then we just get off the ship and do our thing. And then Nephis leaves. Right? Oh, but the disguises. Never mind.
Would you like him to dock at the aqua farm and then sort of loiter nearby?
We can't go to the aqua farm.
Because you don't want people to know that you're there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like him to sail close to the wall? That way you guys can like bounce up onto the wall.
Yeah.
And then he can go into a holding pattern.
Okay.
That is exactly what happens. He gets close enough. Also, for those of you interested, there are things that are like, there's stuff sticking out like big ledges from where bridges would have used to be in the old country and stuff like that sticking out. So there's like convenient landings. I put one right here.
Isn't there like a nasty overhang though?
Yes. So if you could imagine for me, if somebody took like New York City, the island that is surrounded, like the actual New York City island with all of its bridges that are connected to the mainland, and somebody just picked it up and then put it somewhere else to the Atlantic Ocean, like all those chunks of bridge and all of the underwater like sewer cables and communication lines and whatever else there might be connecting like the island of New York City to the mainland, all that's just kind of like sticking out. So that's like
so
it's not just a sheer cliff face. You have purchase and stuff too. You don't have to go up to the wall.
Okay. Are we able to can we get up top without risking our lives and falling 1,000,000 feet into water?
With your flying, yeah.
Nigga, the flying only.
That's it. Mushroom cap.
Oh my god!
You've been on the right track the whole time. I'm trying to describe to you the places where you can land.
10 minutes, Chris.
You can get up there in less than 10 minutes.
Okay,
Seeker.
but it will take the entirety of the 10 minutes to fly from the wall to the farm.
That must be very frustrating for you.
Wait, I thought you said it was half a mile.
It is half a mile from the.
I thought he said it was a mile.
I did say it was a mile initially, and then I said, "Hang on, let me check a second," and then I double checked the math from like converting it, and then I said it's a half a mile.
Okay.
It'll take half the fly time.
Okay, we will fly. They fly now.
Okay, you fly. You're there, and he sails off. He continues on his way slowly, like a drive-by.
Hell yeah.
And then he's gonna hang out. I'm just gonna keep it there, but he's hanging out near the thing.
Okay, Vinshenzo will quickly climb up and do the flying to the farm then. As soon as elvenly possible.
Elvenly possible. All right.
They fly now.
Are you flying? Okay. Are you flying with the intent of like landing somewhere subtle, or are you just landing on the deck and who cares? Okay, going somewhere subtle. So how do you subtly fly half a mile onto what is effectively an oil rig run by elves in the middle of the water?
Keep it low.
One of two ways. You can either go really high and drop or skim the water level.
Which one do you guys want to do?
Probably skim.
I will go really high and drop onto this roof.
Oh.
And I will use Featherfall if necessary.
Just grab some dudes here.
They fly now.
They fly now.
Remember that.
Clone. These are majority elves. Let's see if I can find a couple Loxodons. Oh, I can't. That's okay. Yeah, there's a number of the Selesnya Guild that are here, doing their fishing and other such wonderful things. Oh, I have them. Loxodon. It is about the middle of the afternoon right now, and as such, still kind of the working day. There isn't really a whole lot of military presence or otherwise. It is mostly just a bunch of farmers, fishers. They're working on their nets. They have pools of fish, so you can see with these little platforms here. The platforms are where they're reeling in all their catches and such like that, and processing them within the. It looks like a combination of coral that's growing out of the sea, which then turns into a tree that almost has bark like stone, and the wood almost looks like a bone or a stone as well. Very rough textured, or very rough but smooth textured stone. The elves are salting and drying fish as they are caught and processed. And it seems as though most of the, we'll call it vegetation, I guess is a good general term, is being gathered from some of like the nearby ruins and such, which have little greenhouses and little gardening plots that are on them, where some of the elves are making good use of the sunlit surface. There seem to be other teams that are down towards the surface that are gathering salt from the rocks where the seawater has been caked on and dried over time. And they're using that to salt the fish. As you land on the dock, a Loxodon comes and greets you. Just make it this one because it's there. Ta-da! As your sudden arrival has alarmed a number of the workers, as would be expected. Are you carrying do you have fake identities, or are you carrying your actual ID cards and stuff, passports?
We have both. We have a set of real and fake.
Yes, you do. I'm just curious if you brought both, or if you've only brought one set with you.
I think I have both of them.
Yeah, we have both.
Okay, you have both. So
Yes.
this Loxodon introduces herself as Guthro. And Guthro is the matron of this Vernadi, of oceanic tranquility, and she bids you welcome. And asks what exactly it is you're doing here.
Is it just Carlos, Paelias, and Vazrai that are together right now?
It appears as though Vinshenzo has decided to land on top of the roof.
Copy that.
I would like to roll stealth if possible.
Do that now for me, just to get that out of the way.
Carlos asks Vazrai in Draconic, kind of like whispers as an aside. Should we tell her what we're actually doing here?
So long as I can keep a low profile.
It would be in their best interest.
It would be, and it would preserve their safety as well as this platform.
Carlos would turn back to what you say her name was?
Guthro.
Guthro? Good evening. See, we're here on a I don't know how you should say it. We have reason to believe that this facility may be attacked soon, and we're here to keep an eye on things.
Her serene expression does not change, given the alarming nature that you, or the alarming message that you send, and she regards you quite passively, and she says, "Oh, that's quite a shame. We must alert the authorities and ensure that they are here sent at once."
They're
You don't
already
want any-
aware. They've sent us.
She blinks very slowly and very deliberately, and processes this information for a long moment and says, "I see. Do you have a message from them, then, at least?"
Vazra, this I wouldn't say her name. This one here, she spoke with what was it, the Sphinx or whatever, dude?
Yeah, that guy, the dude.
Yeah, he'd say whatever name his is, and he'd be like, spoke with yada yada, and did he tell you anything in particular?
Tell me anything in particular?
We
Pazra
can
is going to
pass
go ahead
along.
and give a bow really quick. Just formalities. Trying to remember some of the last conversation we had with the Sphinx. It was supposed to be he was going to be getting things ready to go in case this attack does happen, do a little bit of looking himself. So we are covertly offering defense at the time being. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the right words are to say.
Fine.
It's not an
Please
easy thing to say. We're here that we know this attack is going to happen and we're going to let it happen, but we're going to help out once it happens.
Yeah.
And you also have to
We're gonna
convince them
catch
that it's a
them,
good
yeah.
idea, too, which is going to be fun.
Please understand that we are here for your protection in the event that something does happen. I must ask though, do your people have weapons aboard?
Oh. My fellow how do they call themselves?
Druid.
She's a druid. She tells you that her fellow initiates are not armed, as they rely on the protection of the give me 1 second. They rely on the protection of the Matsalesnia to keep them safe. And she nods over at the big coral tree.
Wait, at the center of these platforms?
Yeah, there's two of them.
What
one there. and one
exactly can it do to help?
That is a very good question.
there. It is a very good question.
Maybe she's not going to tell us.
I know, maybe she's not. She tells you that that is. She tells you that Matsalesnia will always come to aid those who are true to nature's call, or something druidy like that. And she points towards the roof, sort of the upper levels. So if you see the upper
probably
ring
looks
around
at
the
him.
structure,
Vincenzo's up there.
Hey, look, there's a guy up there.
she doesn't seem to notice whatsoever. Oddly enough,
hiding.
you guys. What's your guys' passive perception? Can anybody beat his 21
19.
stealth?
I have a 10.
Okay, well,
I
I'll
have
get you
22.
Oh, okay. So Carlos can plainly see Vinshenzo. Nobody
Carlos.
else seems to
You have
notice unless you guys
22
want to.
passive?
Yeah.
Damn,
Unless you guys
nigga.
want to roll perception to follow her gaze and see what she's pointing at.
Carlos winks at Vincenzo.
500-meter wink.
Yeah.
Engage. Enemy man, 500 meters. Wink.
I wave a single finger at Carlos.
Single one.
Nope.
Okay, so you know what? Screw it. I will get you all to roll perception because it's a weird ass druid, who's speaking oddly and is just. Well, you don't have to, Vinshenzo. You're not there as part of the conversation.
I'm rolling.
Unless you want. Okay, you can, but you're going to be looking for other things or looking at other things.
I know.
I know.
Damn it, Carlos! This disguise is too awesome. I can't
6,
see.
24, and a 22. So as usual, Vazrai, she's shit. And the elf and the kobold, the other kobold, are able to look at everything. So you see strange nubs and odd branches that are peeking out underneath the roof of this central coral tree. These are not in structural support. They don't look like they're of any real use or anything. They honestly look like they are branches of a tree. But you notice that these trees have fairly symmetrical little arms. Well, arms. And they seem to have some semblance of separation from the tree itself as you look closer. I'll get you to both roll Arcana as I deal with Vinshenzo's 24 perception. So, Vinshenzo, is there anything specific that you're looking around for when you're rolling perception to give me a better understanding of what your eye is trying to pick out?
Any possible danger or any advantageous opportunities?
Okay. So with a 24. Ooh. So
Yeah.
possible dangers. The water is dark and it's hard to see it's hard to see very deep. You're not 100% sure what could be down there. You're also aware of the fact that many of the ruins that are peeking up above the surface of the water are effectively like the tips of icebergs. There is much more beneath the surface than might meet the eye. I should have made that look a little bit cooler on the map, but I didn't. I'm sorry. You are aware that there are flying patrols from the Boros that regularly tour the city towers, so I'm going to move up to the big Ravnica city map just so that you can follow me. Reference this being the spot where you're hanging out at right now. These two towers here have garrisons of flyers from the Boros Legion.
Shit.
Well, that might be an advantage, that might not be. It's just a detail that you know. They are in the general region. You've seen them flit about before. However, you guys were fiddle fucking around in the air, and none of them came out to investigate.
Hell yeah.
Maybe that's good. Maybe that's bad. You can take that information and use it as you wish.
I will use my earring of message.
Just before you make any actions, let me finish describing the scene for you, because you might have more that you want to communicate. So, up on this wall, you see a man. He is casually propped up on the parapet, leaning over and watching out at the sea. And finally, given the fact that Vinshenzo might not be able to see what's underneath him where everybody else is looking, he can see across, so he can identify the same sorts of nubby branches and things that the Loxodon had been pointing out to the group, though he might not know to be specifically looking out for them as a defensive feature, unless he wants to roll Arcana or something as well. Whether or not Vinshenzo would be curious.
I will use my earring of message.
Good.
To say to Paelias that we're being watched from the city walls, and our attackers may lurk underneath the waves.
I will respond affirmative, and then I will whisper in Draconic to Carlos that we were being watched. Or I would pass Vincenzo's message, basically.
Does Paelias say where we're being watched from?
did Vinshenzo state where?
From the
We were being
city
watched
walls.
From the city walls.
Carlos nonchalantly glances up at the walls.
Vazray doesn't even pay attention.
We appear to be being watched even now, so make sure you and your people continue to act natural.
I would like you guys to roll. Carlos is the main conversationalist in this instance, so I'd like him to roll persuasion to try and assure the Loxodon that everything he's saying is true.
Oh.
Theoretically, you could also produce the symbol we were given as like additional proof.
24.
He's convinced.
Carlos, this would make a fine wife.
She
you.
nods her head and she tells you, I shall not inform the others, and I shall rely on you and the blessings of Matselesnia to keep this platform safe. She then points down towards the base of the giant structure.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. A beautiful Loxodon princess for Carlos. She's 3 times your size and weight. It's okay. Listen, real women have curves. She ain't 280. She ain't a lady. Anyways, so as we're going on, she points down at the base of this coral tree, of which is the single point of contact between the entire platform and whatever is beneath it that it's perched on. And she says, the most vulnerable thing about these aqua farms is the roots of the great tree itself. Something you might want to keep in mind. And she bows her gigantic gray wrinkly head, and that beautiful, elegant
Oh my god.
mistress, matron, takes her leave and goes back to doing her job.
Before she leaves,
Okay,
Carlos
yeah.
would like to ask her if the
She's
roots
single?
being so important are
Sorry.
common knowledge.
Common to the eyes. Anybody with a brain and sense in their heads could probably see that that's the only way this place is attached. I'm not quite sure who you're expecting to come here, but hopefully they're not as smart as they seem to be.
That is a concern, but you rest assured we will do all we can. And since the authorities have been informed, they are on standby, as far as I'm aware. But this is just. But we have reason to suspect this is only just one location that may be attacked out of many. So they may be busy elsewhere. That is why we are here. That's all Carlos has for her.
She bows her head once again and thanks you for the kindness you have displayed in choosing to keep this place of hers safe. And she bids you good luck. She tells you that her people will help where they can when the time comes, but they will try and keep out of your way.
That's good. Carlos will use one of his earring of messages to send a message to Vinshenzo and let him know that the roots of these structures are important, and this is common knowledge. Our foes may be in the waters.
How far down must we go to protect the roots beneath the water's surface?
She said that the roots, connect to the sea floor, right?
Oh.
I believe it wouldn't it connect to the part of the city that's underwater?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's kind of like growing up out of whatever's underneath the old ruins.
Just checking the beanstalk.
We're still talking about hundreds of feet down, right? Though.
Well, these are the just once again, sort of as relation, these are the roofs of houses and towers and stuff, right?
It's probably not too deep.
Well, not too deep compared to like the size of the height of buildings. Like a ship can sail through pretty good, and things can swim around underneath the water pretty good. But yeah, so they rise up out of the sea about 30 feet above. Just check my notes. They rise up out of the sea a good 60 feet above the water, and then that's where the wooden circular platforms are hanging above the waves. And then the tree continues, obviously, up above that because it's a big-ass fucking tree, so...
And then it goes down, and it basically goes down to the water, and then kind of arcs over to the city wall. Like, it's kind of sprouted from there, and it kind of extends, like, horizontally, then slowly goes upward.
It would have sprouted from the seafloor. So if you would imagine me do this, I'm gonna channel my inner Devin here for a second.
It's the underwater city, except part of Ravnica.
Well, if these are rooftops, it can't be that far down, right?
That's it. So kind of like the
could be towers though too. He said
it is towers, but so kind of like the way the seafloor descends from like an actual island where you have the bed and it kind of like slopes down and then just drops to the ocean floor. That's kind of what's going on here. So
okay,
this stuff
we're on that shelf right now.
Yeah, you guys are on the shelf, so it's not like it's descending hundreds and hundreds of feet to the floor of the ocean where those weird like glow in the dark things are. It's relatively shallow for ocean depths.
Okay, so like maybe like 100 feet or something.
Yeah.
I would just like to say you don't have to walk it back if I'm like, oh fuck, it's hundreds of feet down. That's fine.
I'm trying to provide an accurate description because it is not hundreds of feet.
This got more challenging, but that's okay.
Realistically, it's really hard to tell one way or another because the water itself is fairly inky black.
All right.
Like it's
Carlos
ocean. You can't see down all that far.
Okay, Carlos would send another message to let him know that connects to the seafloor, perhaps 100 feet.
Understood. That is a lot more real estate to cover.
Indeed.
That it pointed up like 60 feet above the water? If I didn't mishear you? Or
the perimeter platform is 60 feet above the water. The big wooden ringed platform around the tree, those things are 60 feet or up above the waves.
All right. And how thick would you say the tree is?
She's 15 foot. It was that little circle thing was supposed to be in the middle, so that'd be like a 9 square box.
Okay, so 15 feet on either side.
Yeah, 15-foot diameter.
All right.
I recommend that we spread out. Try to blend in. Keep an eye on things.
Agreed. I think I'm just going to blend in with the fishermen and assist them while keeping an eye out, and make it seem to observers that I'm just another worker.
Hell yeah! Roll me performance.
Ugh. Wow.
21.
Anyway.
You have a 0
Anyone?
performance.
I have no charisma.
I love it. All right. So Carlos is going to wander the platforms and kind of just like crowd stealth, I guess you can say. We kind of like mixes in between groups of people, and moves from group to group.
Roll me deception.
Sure. Unnatural 20.
That's right. What are you up to?
That depends if Carlos would like me to continue guarding him, or if the matron would like some protection.
Oh.
I would keep an eye on the matron, but don't be too close, because we don't want to tip our hand. And if there's someone constantly following her around at her heels, it could give the impression that she's under guard. We don't want that.
Then in that case, I will simply ask what it is that she needs done here. If she would like anything done. Be an extra set of hands.
So you're gonna like help the matron out, or you want to also do some work?
Vazrai's gonna blend in by actually being a worker.
Yeah, I'm actually willing to offer assistance with helping the matron and working around the platform. I do not have interest in payment. I only wish to help out.
I'll get you to roll me performance as well.
Performance. Oh boy. Man, there was that one time I sang some
band camp.
I got kicked out of band camp.
At one time I got kicked out of band camp.
All I know is how to sing.
Do you have any inspiration?
I think I do. I have one last one. Fuck it. I'm using.
Use it or lose it, you know what they say.
Yeah.
How inspiring.
Nah.
Is it worse?
It's worse. It's worse. It's actually.
Who?
How is that possible?
Look, I'm not good at being a pretender. I'm good at these other things, okay?
I'm not good at pretending.
That's right. Make
Says
a
the
skill
person
check.
playing D&D.
Roll fucking sub 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a 4 at best.
Whatever Vazrai is asked to do, she immediately does the opposite. Hey, look over there! Shuts her eyes.
Shit.
Did you hear something? Plugs her ears. Okay, so Paelias blends in with the working crowd, trying to like mimic the thing that the other elves and Loxodon and other workers are doing.
I mean,
Carlos
I have
is
proficiency in survival and herbalism, so I assume I would know what to do with algae and fish.
Yeah, but you're not just trying to do your own thing, right? You're trying to blend in as like a worker. So you're doing the work, but as far as I was able to understand what you're doing, you're trying to like fit in with the working dudes doing what they're doing, so that you don't stand out. So that's the reason why I got you to roll performance. So you're doing a really good job, and it probably is because you are quite intelligent. You can look at what they're doing and see the process, and then sort of catch on. Not only are you doing really well at pretending, but you actually accidentally end up being a really good worker, and you are quite effective at doing your job. I'd say, given what you told me, your herbalism and such, you're probably focusing, or you might be stuck helping with the algae and the kelp, and the seaweed, sort of taking care of all that sort of thing. Carlos, you're wandering in between groups, and you shuffle around the platform, and you find yourself spending a lot of time with the more mobile groups, as they allow you the most easy access towards throughout the whole aqua farm. And these are the guys that are running around with big wicker panniers, baskets, and sometimes little push carts, delivering all of the harvested meat and crops and algae and such like that. You're delivering them to the coral trees to be further processed before delivery to shore. Vazrai kind of wanders around trying to figure out what she's supposed to do, and she looks at the fishers and tries to do fishing the way that you do on the HMS Fortune, which is good, but it's not the way the others are doing it. So from afar other people can very obviously see that the small kobold who's just kind of swinging her legs off the side of the wood platform with a fishing pole does not quite look like... Thank God you have wings.
Yeah.
Not quite look like the other elf workers.
I apologize to the matron. I'm not used to so much water. I'm not really a waterbald.
Waterbald.
Yeah, I'm used to a Great Lake at best.
She's a kobold, not a flowbald.
Yes, exactly.
The matron is incredibly happy with you, and she thinks you're just the cutest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
And she has a great time, and she even feeds you some really interesting, like, salted caramels that are sea salted caramels. A little snack, because you're such a snack.
Oh my god.
I'm okay with this.
She pinches your cheeks and everything, because she's like a grandma. It's Gamma Guthro. Yeah.
Look, we might as well enjoy it while we can, okay?
It's the middle of the afternoon. Vinshenzo, you're stuck up on a roof. You want to stay there the whole time?
I'm hiding.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
I was kind of hoping he'd go to the water, but that's all right. He can be Vinshenzo.
He's Vinshenzo Cairona. And he has a dagger.
Why are you being so characteristically yourself?
Keep an eye on the roots.
He's not a water elf either.
He's not a water elf.
Look at him. Plus, he get his suit jacket wet. You really want that?
He get his suit jacket wet.
Like, come on, let's
he has things in his suit jacket pockets.
And
as you guys are going about your afternoon, I'll get you to roll perception, as you're also secretly supposed to be watching out for bad things.
That is the job.
That is
the job.
So Fazray didn't...
Fazray has forgotten the job. She's just enjoying these...
I'm distracted by the matron and the frickin' workers.
The food that she's
having
giving you.
The greatest afternoon ever. She's basically on a field trip.
Yeah, this is nice.
Tracks, I guess.
13. Okay. Well, at least Carlos and Paelias are here to pick up the slack. Towards dusk, as the sun begins to set, Carlos, but not Paelias, sadly. Carlos, you start to see movement. And you see movement. I'm going to the big map.
Okay, hold on. Looking at the big map.
Under what we're colloquially referring to as the mushroom cap, there are things stirring in the waves. As the sun sets, the light levels get lower, and it's a little bit harder to see what's going on in the water, as that is the way light works with water. However, it is very obvious to you, given that you've been spending most of the afternoon, you know where the ruins are at this point in time and what things keep on crashing on what stuff and what's supposed to be kind of just under the surface and what's not. From your astute observation, there's something up there in the north that wasn't there, but now is.
And it's like moving. Approaching?
It's moving. You can't really tell that it's approaching as you watch. You just see that things are moving around.
All right. I'm going to use Earring of Message, and I'm going to let... Really coming in handy today. I'm going to let Vinshenzo know that I see movement under the water to the north against the wall. Right where this thingy is. With mushroom, you said?
Well, I'm using it as colloquially a mushroom, but no, that's a big-ass tower.
The tower.
Once again, remembering that the island is a little bit eroded towards the what you would call like the shoreline. So they're effectively underneath like the cliff where the walls are on top of, but they're still in the sea. So they're like underneath this.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I let him know I see stuff over there moving. It's unusual.
Vinshenzo says, I understand.
Outstanding. Carlos will discreetly move to the rest of his companions and let them know in person that he has seen movement.
Bro, these druids are so
What?
fucking useless.
Oh, right, I'm supposed to be doing a job. Sorry. She's
You mean they're useless?
talking my ear off.
The roots of this place are very important, and we have no way of doing anything to protect them.
She didn't say they have no way of doing anything to protect them. She says that she's relying on the goodwill of Matsalesnia to keep her safe. And you guys.
Allah is my co-pilot. That's why I don't wear a seatbelt.
Yeah, man.
Vazray,
See, you got it.
Vazray is willing to go underwater. It may not be the best situation for her, but she will need water breathing before that can happen.
Vazrai, if you're depressed, there are ways to get help. Like, you don't have to drown and kill yourself.
It's more of I don't want to drink too much water that doesn't taste good. So,
as far as I'm aware, the only person who can give everybody water breathing or equivalent of an air bubble around them is Nephis.
Yeah, he's on the ship.
Damn.
Do you not have alter self or underwater breathing or whatever the fuck that one's called?
why don't we just ask the druids?
Why don't you? I'm on a roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the druid if I could have the ability to breathe water. That way I can check down there.
Stand by. Let me see what she says. She says that there we go. What spells does she know? It's called underwater breathing. Water breathing. Okay, she goes humana, whoosh, 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 and you can breathe underwater.
How many people?
Oh,
All of us?
hell yeah.
Let me actually look at. Well, I mean, it was just Vazrai who went up and talked to her, so she just did it for Vazrai, unless somebody was standing beside her.
The spell can do it for up to 10 people per cast.
Oh, well, if it's up to 10 people, then Carlos would stick around for that.
How long is this water breathing gonna
24
last?
hours.
24.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A range of 30 feet, the spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends.
Yes.
Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration. That might matter.
That is important.
I thank the matron and tell her that I'm going to go below and see what's going on.
She gives you big locks it on thumbs up and then
Oh no.
carries on her wayward son.
Any objections, Carlos, Paelias?
No, I will remain up here in case there is some attack above water.
I know
Does
I'd prefer to
Vazray
fly.
have
It'll be fine.
any way to call for help?
I should have a couple of methods. I think.
Okay.
She has a couple of methods. She's all right. She's got this.
I should be okay. We'll
Good
find
luck.
out.
Oh,
She's.
you don't have a swimming speed, so this is gonna be fun.
I don't have a swimming speed. Nah, I mean,
She
That's
has her kobold tail. She'll just swing that around.
I'm more concerned about breaking my damn wings. Okay.
Like Tails
She has
from
wings.
Sonic.
She'll fly under the water.
Yeah, I'm going to fly underwater. Yeah, she's going to walk to the edge, spread her wings momentarily, leap off, fold them, and then dive into the water. A little bit of a small profile, that way she doesn't break her wings or any of that as she goes under.
Roll me acrobatics.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, given the
This is gonna be
you
funny.
said
I'm
the
gonna
words, I dive
gonna
60 feet into the water.
Belly flop into the water. Carlos is gonna watch and just wince.
This is acrobatic.
I will be prepared to cast Festival
19.
if it looks like she's gonna flub it.
19.
19.
Vasarai falls like a drop of water and and disappears without a splash into the sea.
Carlos not.
That's right. You are surrounded by inky blackness. Yes, I know you have dark vision.
Let's swim around for a bit.
Okay.
So you just can't see, and you're like, that's funny.
Yeah, what's like the distance that I could see anyway?
The same as your dark vision, I guess. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
A con save? Okay.
Yeah.
60 feet is
Whoa.
my dark vision range, right?
Okay. If it's 60 feet, then I assume that it would be the same underwater, but I'd still want you to take con save.
Con save.
Probably really fucking cold.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Despite the stinging salt, you are able to keep your eyes open and it does not affect your vision. The biting cold also does not cause you any issues. You are able to withstand the Atlantic Ocean conditions
Whoa.
for the moment.
Now we know where we are.
You're in the
We know we
Atlantic. Look, there's Greenland. It's over there.
She thinks to herself for a moment, man, this is very much different than the lake that she's used to. This water
Oh.
is so different.
How interesting.
She's gonna swim this direction.
Put a queer water feature.
She's just gonna swim around for a bit.
Okay, around the outside. So eventually you bump into a set of ruins. You see looming in the darkness a set of very green, very weathered ruin structure. It seems to be a type of tower, a high-rise tower, like a residential building. It goes all the way up to the surface.
No lights in the darkness down here.
No,
Okay.
there's no light. It is very,
For a
very cold,
moment,
dark ocean.
for a moment, she just starts thinking about the goblin salvagers, as well as the Hagen that they got done dealing with recently. Even though that's
This is a really great time to start thinking of those things.
yeah, she's thinking about that now, just like, man. wonder
Maybe I
if
should have
it's
thought of
even-
this before.
She's not really concerned. It's more of just, this reminds me of this time. This reminds me of this.
Roll me a perception as you're investigating this set of ruins.
Oh god, my weakness.
In before nat 20.
13.
Shit.
Okay. You see a pair of blood red eyes looming from the darkness of the structure within.
Really?
Yes,
How many? Just one?
a pair.
Okay. Is it possible that I could get a closer look?
Anything is possible, inshallah.
Okay. I'm going to try and get closer. See if I could get a better look at this creature here.
Okay. How
Just a
far?
risk now.
So basically, what you're looking at to set the scene is you're sort of treading water 7/8 of the way up what is effectively an ancient skyscraper or like a high rise building of some sort.
Oh god.
You are looking through a window, or what was once a window, just an opening in the wall, into a very dark, basically pitch black interior. The entire surface of the wall of this building is covered in like algae and sea growth, kind of like you would see on an old sinking ship.
Actually, could I ask you another question? I know that I'm still like looking and all that.
Yeah.
Can I hear like chopping? I'd imagine I can
can't-
hear pretty good down here actually.
Have you ever been underwater, Knight?
I got scuba.
Hey,
You can
you're
hear, like,
not
finger
scuba.
snapping.
Vazrai is not scuba diving right now. Vazrai is just like basically like entirely unprotected in the elements, except she can breathe underwater. So if you were to like snap right next to your ear, maybe you'd be able to hear that. But there's a lot of like ocean current and pressure and bubbles and...
That's fine. I was just curious if there was any snapping, chopping noises or any of that that should be notable. That's all that I was asking about.
That would be with the direct intention of using a perception check if you're going to try and hear things, given the conditions of an underwater environment such as this.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah,
that was just a general curiosity.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very good question. It's important to be aware of how your senses are being affected. So yeah, inside this black room is a pair of blood red eyes that are looking at you. They're looking at you, looking at it, looking at you.
She stares back at it for a moment.
It stares back at you for a moment.
Let's see what I got. I'm actually pissed at myself for not taking the light spell. This is why I always take the light spell.
That's why I always take the light spell.
I fucking love the light spell.
Would you like a drift globe?
Sorry?
In the future, would you like a drift globe that lets you cast the light spell?
I might take you up on that offer. How big are these eyes? I probably can't really tell. Probably wouldn't matter. Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and go closer. I'm gonna go closer to the eyes. Unafraid of what might be there. Surely this is not one of the adversaries we're looking for.
Perhaps. How far... Tell me your plan, Chief.
Shit.
Go towards the eyes. Plan to go 60 feet. That way it's on the edge of my vision.
Alright, so you enter 60 feet into the building.
Yes.
Okay. You get... You're not a natural-born swimmer, and I understand that swimming speed is a thing, but I'm going to assume that Vazarai swims at, like, a respectable Vazarai speed underwater, which...
It's probably...
half your movement speed.
Yeah, 15 feet,
15,
so...
yeah.
Takes you a little while to start bumping into this building, but when you get about 45 feet in... Blood red eyes surge forward. Roll initiative. Just Vazarai.
Oh my.
For now.
Alright. God damn it. Man, I'm rolling like shit right now. Holy fuck. 7.
7. Okay, and this thing is +2. Oh, that did not go where I wanted it to go. Here we go. Here we go. You said you got 7, and this thing got 17. The monster did. Seven. Okay, we're going to, let's see if I can find this thing. Okay, so this beast surges out at you. It is large, approximately.
Whereas I am small.
Approximately. And it is going to, with a set of razor-sharp fangs, it is going to bite you. Let me see if I can find the model real quick, actually. This is going to be really cool.
Alright, I'm looking for something really quick, too.
Okay. I want to see if I can find it.
Okay, I should be fine.
There no... I don't want to say it out loud because it'll be very obvious what I'm about to do.
Vazarai gets eaten at the end.
There goes the kobold friend that the matron loved.
It'd be incredibly rude of me if I did that.
I'm just gonna be camping inside the beast for a while, and eventually I'll show up. Oh, you guys rescued me. Stop rescuing me, Carlos.
I thought I was fish food there for a second.
Why do you keep rescuing me? God damn it.
You can do that now with perception. No, with a perception there, Seeker.
Okay.
Okay, I can't fucking find it. It's a big ass fish. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but for right now it doesn't. Big ass fish. Search forward. What is your AC, Vazrai?
She does not have her shield out right now, so it is a 19.
A 19. Okay, it's got +6 to hit. And is going to swim out and is going to bite at you. 7 + 6 is 13. So it chomps down, and it's going for your head, and you're able to sort of underwater wiggle your way out just in time, and it gets right next to your ear, and you can feel the force of the jaws clenching shut. It is your turn.
She is going to pull out the Sword of Bahamut, the short sword that she has, and she does not have disadvantage underwater with this weapon, for it is a short sword.
That's good. This is a good thing.
That's good.
She is going to attempt to strike at the beast 3 times with her sword.
Okay, roll me 3 attacks. You are looking to beat a 13 AC.
God damn, what the hell is with this?
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20, there's a natural 1 amongst the last strike was a nat 1. So let's see.
Dear.
Crit and a miss.
I mean, a nat 1's a little bit worse than just a miss.
Let me get this really quick. I'm so
Miss.
sorry.
You critical hit, you lose your weapon.
Thankfully, as an Eldritch Knight, I cannot lose my weapon.
Well,
I am bound to this weapon.
Hell
It cannot-
it
yeah.
can fall out of your hand temporarily, though.
Yeah, then just recover it. So
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
hopefully that's what happens.
fine. Yeah, we'll find out. Nat 20, the second one does hit if it is a 13 AC, and then I get a nat 1. So I'm going to go ahead and roll damage for the 2 strikes.
Yeah, roll me your damage, and then roll me a d20 for the fail.
Sure. God damn it, I need to be more prepared than... Copy... Oh, fuck, I don't have...
We just dive into the sea. It's gonna be okay.
You just roll 2d6 twice, and one of them is crit.
This is piercing. This is cold.
It's already cold.
But I don't know if it has any weaknesses to cold.
Or resistances.
Let's see, that is going to be 13 piercing
13 piercing.
for the crit. And 7 cold.
Hell yeah.
And then I will roll the damage for the other stuff.
13 piercing and 7 cold for 20 damage. First,
Here comes the second hit. An extra 6 pierce, 2 cold. I apologize for being really slow on this. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
roll
fine.
it and roll a d20.
yes,
I'll never forgive Knight.
this is the important one.
I have rolled an 8.
An 8?
Knight, that was the important one.
Shit.
Wow, okay. Roll me an attack roll. Oops, you hit an unintended foe in combat. Randomize all combatants within 5 feet. No, all in. Well,
You
I
fucking
don't-
nat 20.
I don't think that counts as you. Okay, well, shit, that's pretty lucky.
Oh, I killed that fish that was next to me. Jesus.
Oh, shit. Okay, well,
Stuck on me.
roll your friggin' stupid critical hit, you
I
loser.
fucking crit the
Ax-
fish.
Accidentally turns it. You know what? Because
That
it
was
says
kind of mean.
because it says part of a critical fail, I'm not gonna
No.
allow you to take those advantages, but you still hit.
I'm just being silly. It's fine. I I'm just gonna say that one missed. So
Oh no. I'm saying that you absolutely hit your opponent. Like accidentally, as you fumbled so hard that you managed to succeed. So roll your damage as if it was a regular attack and not a critical hit.
Swung too hard, spun around, and got him on the backswing.
And I really am like a Flounder Danny.
It was the luck of the dice because you could have broken your weapon.
Timora,
also
dude.
hurt yourself or like otherwise cause yourself a pretty bad disadvantage.
That's incredibly generous. All right,
Timora.
4 more Pierce and 5 Cold.
Okay, let me just calculate that real quick. So that's 17 plus 20 is 37.
Why is your calculator in the bathroom?
Why is my what? What do you mean?
Don't ask.
You've entirely derailed my train of thought. I don't know where that comment came from.
It just sounded like you were going away.
I looked down at my desk, and my microphone is above my head. So if I look down, I'm talking very far away from the microphone.
Let me know when that damage is calculated. I do have a question.
It's calculated.
Okay.
I'm ready for the next step. I don't think you are.
Can I draw more than one weapon at the first round of combat? Like, does it cost any action?
It's a bonus action to draw a weapon, I believe.
No.
No,
it's a free action to draw a weapon, I believe. Yeah, so I have no issues.
I believe you can also draw a weapon as part of an attack, too.
Well, why I'm asking this is I'm going to dual wield. I'm going to pull out the silver dagger that Carlos gave me.
Okay.
She keeps it close to her always.
Yeah, I pull out the silver dagger and I am now dual wielding.
The inky blackness.
I'm going to try and stab it once.
Yeah.
That is a... I don't add my attack bonus to that. I'm fucking...
But you don't add the damage, right? I think you still add...
I think you still get the 2 hit and everything, you just don't add the damage. So that would be 18. 18 to hit, so that's a hit. And
That's
then
definitely a hit.
1d4, don't add any damage mod. That is 1 damage piercing.
-1.
Damn.
Okay.
Silver dagger did not help.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of Vazray's turn.
Okay, it is now the beast's turn. It is going to attempt to grapple you.
I will attempt to roll acrobatics, probably with disadvantage because underwater, right?
I'm gonna say yeah. It's definitely at advantage here. It's in its natural habitat. You are adversely disadvantaged.
Oh, thank God. I was close.
And it is going to roll strength because that's all it can do. Wow, I'm rolling really good today. That's another. That's 11. So you definitely
21 acro.
Hell
definitely squeeze your way out of its writhing. It's like a big ass snake.
Oh my God!
Underwater like eel dinosaur type thing. It's got a long, super flexible neck that accounts for 1/3 of its total length, letting it twist in any direction to deliver its powerful bite. And that is what it tries to wrap around you.
So the entertaining thing is Vazray actually reacts to this creature in surprise. No, is this the fucking lake monster? Oh no.
Roll me nature there, Vazray.
Surely this is not the fabled lake monster.
The fabled lake. It's the Loch Ness!
It's the Loch Ness.
Oh! That'll be pretty fitty.
17.
You know this from stories as to being an ancient beast called a plesiosaurus. An old dinosaur of long forgotten days.
God, even the police are down here. What the fuck?
The Plesiosaurus.
The Plesiosaurus is here, and you have been caught trespassing.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's the disguise, that's why.
In the name of the law.
Oh,
yeah, I just wanted to do a bit of underwater
20.
B&E, but the sea cops are here.
Underwater B&E.
Oh my God.
Well, it's entirely useless. I guess it's an underwater mall cop, given how good it's doing right now, which means it's back to being Vazray's turn.
she is going to try and stab at it 3 times again.
Stabbity, stabbity, stab, stab, stab.
2, 3. Those are all fucking hits. Could you do me a favor, Moon?
Maybe.
Color these teal.
Color you teal.
Is it,
Why don't you just do it yourself?
Yeah.
Can I do that myself?
Yes.
My god, I can't. I'm sorry, there's a little...
Azure is soloing the Loch Ness Monster.
Ah, they're pink.
Oh, what happened? What did you do?
I just need my...
Your cold balled dice. Because it's cold.
Do,
19 beer?
Yeah,
And
19.
10 coke?
19 pierce and 10 cold.
And then she is going to do a strike with her dagger.
Okay.
Real duel.
You really have to do good on this one.
She hit.
Oh, yeah.
You have to do at least 1 HP in damage to kill it.
4 piercing for that dagger.
It would be
Really
amazing
good
if you rolled a 1 again. You kill the big sea fish.
Oh.
The kobold did it.
You kill it. You thrust your silver dagger up through its chin and into its brain.
How big was it?
It's
Large.
approximately large.
Damn.
Yeah, the small kobold killed the large beast. That's
That
actually
was
quite a
easy.
feat when it comes to things.
Just like freaking. She looks at this dead creature in surprise. She just killed the giant lake monster here, and it was with
Yes.
Carlos's own weapon. She must tell him at once. And after doing that,
Outstanding.
she sheathes her weapons and begins swimming up. Has to tell him.
Okay, you swim your way slowly up to the surface, and as you are swimming your way slowly up to the surface, Vinshenzo is placing his hand on the coral branches of this ginormous tree and feeling for vibrations. He does feel vibrations. The tree is vibrating and also kind of humming. And you can feel it. You can feel it rhythmically with the waves.
Yeah.
It's for your Arcana check. No, I skipped over it. Sorry, I got caught up in all the things that was going on.
I'm wondering if this creature that Vazri just killed was some, like, sacred ancient beast that these druids worshipped or something.
That would really
Hopefully
suck
not.
if it was.
That would suck ass if that was.
You get back up, you like proudly declare that you killed some sea beast. They're like, that's the sacred animal eel of Maxilesnia, we're all gonna die! It's Vazrai's fault again.
God damn it, Bahamut, why has this happened?
Why do I fail so much?
Damn it.
You saw giant red eyes and you swam towards them.
Bahamut, why did you pick me?
Hey, it tried to eat me when I went to go look.
Why didn't you give me intelligence instead of wings? I'd like to be able to open my eyes.
Filled with salt. My eyes filled with salt.
Tastes of the sea.
Tastes of the sea.
Vazrai's gonna leave the sea, and instead of a kobold, she's just gonna be a pickleball because she's so well preserved from the salt.
Oh my god. Ocean's not even that salty.
She is going to continue swimming to the surface. Do I run into any trouble swimming to the surface?
I don't think you run into any trouble, but there's a chance you might swim into trouble if you roll poorly on your perception check on the way up.
I will roll perception, actually, because I'm still looking out for bad people that were actually, trying to kill us.
Yeah, that's the whole point of us being here.
Vazrai's not... She's not on her game right now.
Look, I may be stupid.
A 7.
A 7. Well, my statement stands pretty good.
She could kill it pretty good, but beyond that, not much else.
Oh man. Okay. Roll me a con save.
Con save.
One extra one.
Oh, yeah, she's fine.
Is she? I don't think you're the one who decides that. What did you get?
23.
Ah, you're fine. Shit.
23.
Got 20 for the same thing last
What'd you
time.
roll? Nat 30?
She's doing pretty good right now.
Do I
She's
cross
so
this
excited she
narrow
has
gap?
to tell Carlos. She will not allow Salt to stop her.
Speaking of Carlos and Paelias, I know you guys did Arcana checks and then I completely glossed over them. Do you remember what your rolls are? I just scrolled up real quick and I couldn't remember
I
what was
nat
what.
20'd and I have a plus 10, so I got a 30.
Those little polyps and extensions on the big ass tree are things like treants and dryads.
Ooh. We have
What's the other one?
nature reinforcement.
Yeah, they're basically just attached to the tree for now. Treants, dryads, and wood woads seem to be making this place their home. They don't look like the classic, what you would consider a natural looking fey summoned thing. I'm trying to think of a good word for that. As they do have the same sort of quality of material as this coral tree. They look a little bit denser, look a little bit more amphibious, I suppose. Yes, so that was the result of the Arcana checks. Now there's blood in the water, and Vazrai is swimming up to the surface. Vinshenzo, tree vibrates like a motherfucker with the waves, but as of right now, you don't feel anything that would set your alarm bells ringing. No like sharp judders or heavy vibrations or anything like that.
I keep my hand on the tree.
Heck yeah. Okay. So as Vazrai is swimming up, she got a what for her perception? 7?
A 7.
Okay, so we have to just check something here, which is not going to be fun for everybody because she rolled a 7. I'm not going to say I'm sorry. It was fair.
Luck of the dice.
It was the luck of the dice. I mean, you accidentally crit failed your way into killing a thing in 2 turns, so it's not like
It's not like things are exactly going too bad.
you've been rolling the dice pretty good there, Chief, and you've been getting her good pretty
The rest
pretty
of the stuff
consistently.
not so great, but that was pretty good.
Look, once Vazrai learns to open her eyes, she's going to be unstoppable.
Why am I so blind, Bahamut? Can I not see you? Have you been here this whole time?
Okay, so, from below you, feel as much as we're gonna say hear almost a piercing screech that resounds through the water.
Ow.
And it pierces your ears and makes you wince in pain. But luckily, with your con save that you had just rolled, it's not to a point where it'll cause you any undue harm. Below you, swimming up out of the depths quite rapidly, it looks like a strange combination creature between a shark, a frog, and what looks to be like octopus tentacles. It is also a large looking monstrosity, and it is coming up at you directly from below.
Oh shit.
With a big crocodile jaw snapping and long pointed talons with
Is this
webbed...
also large?
It is large. You are small. It is large. It is coming.
How far I am to the surface above?
Oh, honey, you ain't swimming fast.
Shit. I'm going to... Let's see.
Die.
Shit.
Kind of want to save this. I'm not going to pull my weapons just yet. I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to dash. I'm going to dash for right now. Let's see if I can swim faster.
You swim as fast as you possibly can. So you swim up a full 30 feet. You were down... You're down probably like 40, 50 feet deep.
Probably, yeah.
Exploring the ruins. So you can see the sun. The water has gotten to a point where you're in regular light, given how far up you are. So you can see like the rest of this ruin fairly well, and you can also see the surface, and you can start to see like the image, the actual platform and everything you can see above you. And the beast is still coming up out of the darkness. We're gonna use your same initiative, but I'm gonna roll a new initiative given that this is a new beast.
Whoa.
And I would like the other members of the party who are wandering around above deck on the platform to roll perception. Vinshenzo, given your spot right now, you can't see down, so I'm not going to include you in this one. However, I'm keeping in mind the fact that your hand is on the tree.
Hell yeah.
If that should become necessary. 14. 30. Carlos, you see everything that is transpiring right now. You are witnessing, like, you can see underwater a shiny looking Vazrai and a sea beast that are coming up near this ruin. You can also see a good half dozen other sea beast looking beasts that are rising up from the depths.
What?
And they're all converging on these ruins.
Carlos is gonna grab the nearest worker and point at the sea beast and be like, What in the world are those?
It looks down. This elf looks down and he sees the things rising out of the ocean. He says, "Oh dear, those are what we call crossies. They're escaped mutations from the Simic Combine. They're attracted to the taste of blood in the water. They usually hang around here because of the fish farming. Sometimes we toss the guts overboard carelessly, and they like to nibble on them. It attracts a number of predators, so it's best to steer clear of the ruins where they like to hide." You didn't. Sorry again.
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
You didn't throw any meat in the water, did you?
No, but I believe someone is in the water right now.
Yes.
You know, people are a lot like meat to these beasts, eh?
Love this guy.
Oh, where's Paelias?
Jesus Christ.
I gotta go.
I gotta go. I left my kobold in the pool.
Oh shit.
Oh, Carlos is gonna find Paelias.
Probably be somewhere nearby taking a quick break.
Yeah,
I believe Azra is in trouble. There are sea beasts coming this way.
As I had mentioned before, the sun is in the process of setting, so as time, I know we're going by like categories of seconds right now. I'm aware of that, but just so that we're all remembering that the time of day is sunset. If you look at your wristwatch, it's 6 p.m.
Well,
Let me look at my wristwatch while I'm trying to escape.
Let me just check my Rolex while I'm 20 feet under.
Yeah.
I really hope it's water resistant.
I will
Alright,
follow Carlos, and I assume you point out where Vastrai is. Can I see her?
After Carlos points her out to you, yes.
How far away is she?
She is 80 feet away, roughly, as the kobold swims.
So I
Is
will
she-
cast Vortex Warp.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you in on the initiative order. You can roll initiative on that because there's effectively a combat going on down there. So your timely intervention does need to have a time to... Oh, no!
Oh, shit.
17, I think? No, 18. I mean, actually, I need to swap over. I will put 2. Yes.
Okay, well,
18.
18. Well, the beast goes first, that's for sure.
I rolled a 28.
For initiative, that's good.
Do I go first?
What do you think, Carlos?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You go
All right.
first.
So,
What are you doing? From
I
80
don't know
feet
yet.
away?
so Vazrai is she on the surface or is she still underwater?
She's
She's
20
still
feet under.
Underwater, but she's swimming upward.
You can see
She's
her
trying to swim with this
frantically flutter kicking or spasming or whatever the hell however the hell kobolds might swim. She's doing that up to the surface quite frantically.
Okay. and the sea creature, how far away is it from her?
It's trying to frickin' jaws me
Oh.
up. Shit.
Oh, she's coming. It's coming. It's as you're looking down, it is rapidly gaining, given the fact that it is like in the process of ascending from the depths. It's rapidly gaining as you're watching. It's clear to you that this beast is going much faster than Vazrai.
God. All right, for now, Carlos is gonna take out his crossbow and he's gonna take aim and he's gonna prepare to fire as soon as he has a clear shot on any of these sea creatures that are attacking Vazrai. That's
Just curious as to what happens if you shoot into the water with D&D, if it actually matters.
I don't
It should be
know.
disadvantage.
I don't know either. I'm just curious.
I believe ranged weapons have like a limited range underwater.
Ranged weapon attacks automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range. You can find this on the Player's Handbook 198.
Well,
So-
I think the crossbow is definitely in range, but
See,
the
attack
change
roll-
of matter is the
Oh wait,
interesting thing.
even against a target within normal range, the attack roll has disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, including spear, trident, or dart.
I have a crossbow.
That
What
actually-
crossbow do you have? Light, heavy?
Light.
Oh, you have 80 feet range.
I'll get you to roll it at disadvantage if you're rolling at like the max range.
Do I have a clear shot now?
No,
Okay.
but I know that you're waiting for it, which in my mind, it kind of sounds like you're readying an attack for the first opportunity to shoot that thing without Vazrai being skewered in the process.
Yes.
So given that, I'm keeping that in mind.
I posted in Vagabonds, that way you guys can read it.
That's the most that I got for the moment. That
So do you want me to roll now or wait until it's actually into play?
I would like for you to wait until the opportunity to attack actually happens, just in case. We don't know what's going to happen, so just in case the criteria change between now and then. So you've done that. It is the beast's turn. Let me just read all my rules now. So it swims 40 feet up, and it gets to you. And it's gonna swipe at you. And you got 18 AC.
19.
You got 19 AC. I'm really glad I said that out loud. And where's my big one? There it is. $18 plus 7.
More than one, it hits.
So 25 to hit. And it's going to do 2d12 plus 4 piercing damage.
That is a hit.
Okay. Sorry, this is 2d12 plus 4 slashing damage. D12. Na. Ugh. 6 plus 4 is 10 slashing damage. And as it has hit you with its nasty, sharp, clawed frog paws things, you must roll a DC 15. You can choose basically to escape a grapple. Excuse me.
DC 15. Okay, is that a
DC
dex
15, save? It'd be your acrobatics or athletics, but you're escaping on a DC 15.
Yeah.
Doing pretty fucking well.
Well done. It is then going to try and bite at you with its big ass crocodile mouth. And it is going to roll. I'm going to roll. 6 plus 7 is not enough to hit Vazrai. And it cannot do anything else with its turn, which that means it is Paelias' turn.
Expend a second level spell slot to cast Vortex Warp, targeting Vazrai.
Okay.
He is within range. He will make a Constitution save, or choose to fail it willingly. Though, for context, all you know is that space is shifting around you.
Space is shifting around me.
Yes.
She panics and she's gonna run. She's a little surprised to see that effect.
What'd you get?
15 con.
Not enough. You needed a 19.
As space surrounds me.
And I will teleport you from out of the water into, is there someplace relatively obscured from sight?
Up here?
Yeah.
There'd be underneath, like in the main tree. The tree's got a hollowed out, not a crown. I guess it is the crown is where the actual like branches and everything start to diverge from a tree. You have the trunk and then, no, the crown's the very top. Whatever the big meaty part of a tree is within the middle of the foliage, that ends like where the processing center is, and that is where they are. So in there is covered from both above and below.
I will make her appear in here so that outside observers have a harder time seeing that I just performed magic to teleport someone.
Are you talking about outside as in like people who are watching that aren't on this rig, or are you talking about outside as in like even the rig workers? Because that's
outside
that changes my answer
primarily.
Okay, if you don't care about them seeing, because there's like obviously like the meat packing plant guys who are all like cutting up and gutting fish. Are like, huh?
Been revealed there's someone in the water.
True. that guy is just sitting there with his hands in his pockets watching the whole thing like it's a fucking car accident. Like, oh, gee, that's pretty bad. As soon as Vazrai disappears, Carlos has a clear shot on the beast.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it at disadvantage still or no?
Yes, because you're at max range with your crossbow of 80 feet, because it swam up to the depth that Vazrai is in right now. Or was in before she disappeared. You need to beat an AC of 15.
I miss.
Oh. So your crossbow basically loses enough velocity that while the actual bolt strikes the creature, it just kind of like
bounces
dink.
off.
Yeah, dink. The creature breaches the water and kind of like clings on to the side of the ruins and roars up at the balcony for a minute or two. And the half dozen other creatures don't surface. They in fact just proceed into the ruin, or they proceed to dive after Vazrai's disappearance and disappear from view, heading towards the ruin.
I dare so we probably don't have to worry about an amphibious assault if that's what they'd have to deal with. I hope.
Tested the defenses. I tested them.
Oh, guys, it seems pretty safe down there.
Yep. I think it's pretty good.
Soggy Vaserai in the middle of the fucking...
Vaserai is absolutely
Process
soaking
and-
wet, probably like shivering and not having a good time, just plonked in the middle of the fish gutting factory floor.
I wonder if I'm on my feet. I'm probably just like lying on my back, just taking a breath for a second.
I mean, given the fact that she was
orientation you were already in, is what I'm going with.
now, just for visually aesthetic effect, I would assume that given the fact that you're transporting her from like underwater into the tree as she's swimming, she probably wouldn't like appear with her feet on the ground, so she'd just kind of like plop an inch or two above the ground and just collapse on the floor with a whole bunch of
Splash
water.
water everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna lay on the ground for just a second.
Some elf in the corner just shrugs and grabs a mop and just starts cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, the spell just states that they appear on a surface or in a liquid that can support them.
She's probably a little covered in blood too, I would imagine. Just from
I
the
don't
kill.
think so. I feel like
No?
it would be washed away given the ocean current and the fact that blood doesn't really a whole lot underwater.
Fair enough.
But I like the idea. You're gonna have to go kill some more stuff to be covered in blood, Vaserai. I'm sure you'll have an opportunity.
That'd be a bad image to have here in front of druids. That'd be a very
Okay,
bad
guys, your
image.
tree is safe.
Drip some blood.
Blood
Alright.
bold.
I saved them. Yes,
Oh,
I'm a fucking follower of Ball now. Oh god. After taking a moment to just kind of reset, she's going to eventually stand up and get her bearings, figure out what the hell just happened.
As you do, Paelias will be coming over.
I wonder what Vin probably saw of all that.
Vin would have seen Paelias doing magic. He would not have seen what happened. And he probably would have seen Carlos shooting at something. But he wouldn't have seen what Carlos shot at. Okay, so speaking of Vinshenzo, there was a vibration. There's a sharp thump. Or not a sharp, but a resounding thump that vibrates up through the tree and up into your hand.
Sorry, I know this is kind of a critical point, but I think I have to go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
oh, what happened?
Something's happened.
To the washing machine again?
No. I would not leave D&D for the washing machine.
Well, I hope whatever's happening is okay. Given that we are imminently going into combat, would we like to let Seeker handle this thing and resume next week, or would we like to press on given that we do have a half hour?
We might as well just stop here if we're about to be in combat.
I'll hook